wolnez could go completely around me. But he doesn't, does he? He doesn't want the camera pointed at him. He doesn't want to be recorded visually or audio when he commits crimes against people. Then again, that's how I busted him committing the crimes he's been committing. It's stupid. He's pretty young yet, though. So I suppose I should allow him a little bit more mistakes than I would allow the average person, right? No, I shouldn't. The stuff he's doing is pretty messed up. There's a lot of people here who have told me I should get a gun because of wolnez. I refuse. I'm not taking the videos down. It's not even close to being on the table. He has no bargaining chips. I'm tired of being assaulted. I'm tired of being threatened. Tired of being assaulted. Tired of being threatened. Tired of being told to move, to move, to move, to move. How many times do you think I've moved in the last 7 years? On the bright side, I have myself this here fancy schmancy tobacco pipe. wolnez never should have put his nasty cockbeaters on me or my things. It's unfortunate that y'all care more about the things, but whatever. I care more about those things than my own life. That much is for certain. See, the problem here was that people didn't care that I was being stalked before Natalie died or after. only in pretty words. Good intentions don't fix shit. Anyway, I'm going to end this video to try to conserve me some battery. I'm used to people making fake accounts to harass me. Now, what are the chances that it's wolnez that made this account? I don't fucking care. I don't care if it's him or one of these other fucking hundreds of nut jobs. It's the only way to describe them. Who keep on pulling shit like this. Like, hey, I'm a human being. You can try pretending I'm a human being. It's not until people fuck with me that there's a goddamn issue with them. Of course, he should have thought about that before fucking with me. Now, I do blame myself in part for Natalie Bollinger's death. And the reason for that is because I couldn't get anybody to fucking listen. Can't get sober people to fucking listen. They don't give a shit. Of course, the druggies will pretend to give a shit until they took you for all you're worth. Same thing with alcoholics. Or lots of people love the idea of something, but the reality of it, when there's actual work involved, oh, they hate that shit. Anyway, there was a gentleman who charged up my phone a bit. Or not my phone, but my external battery a bit. And yeah, that's part of the reason I'm able to record this video right now. I'm thankful for his help. And I'm thankful for all these other folks' help too. But the problem is, instead of trying to fix every little problem, which is what everybody wants to do, instead of taking an inventory before we get started, they want to interrupt to fix a problem. And a lot of these things, there's no quick fix to them. And for some of them, there is no fix until people speak up. I know there's a lot of people who are going to have problems keeping their story straight. Just because there's so many people involved in so many questions that once you start asking them, they're going to start playing stupid. That's fun, isn't it? Like that situation where Malcolm had to come out of the Safeway. That shit with wolnez. Wolnez was pretending all sorts of like he was just being nice. And like, because he was talking in a calmer voice, that somehow magically this time was going to be different. And the people was magically going to come to his aid. No. Leave me the fuck alone, dude. It's pretty fucking easy. Since there's people in this town who have said they will literally shoot wolnez if they see him doing that shit to me. Well, I don't fucking like that idea. I don't want anybody getting shot. The point in going to these people is to get help stopping the abuse, hopefully the legal way. With people talking about shooting people, that fucking freaks me out. And guess why? I don't want Wolnez's life to end. I just realize that with all the Wolnezes in the world, all the Andrew Wolnezes, all the Andrew Witchers, all of the Robert Franklin Warnicks, all of the Scott DaCostas, and Waylon Lolatais, and Sarah Nelson Torciellos, and Vicky Petersons, all of the Michelle DeCinis, with all of the Maddie Boas, it's my life that I want to end. I just want my evidence turned in first by somebody who actually cares, somebody who will actually look into it and do something about it. I was born here in the United States of America. And although the country itself is beautiful, it'd be a lot more beautiful if there was no people on it. The abuse that I take is everywhere. But at least I speak up. At least I record it. At least I show what stupid shits there really are in this country. You don't stop abuse by looking the other way. Anyway, I'm at a tobacco to roll into my tobacco pipe. I had some cigarette butts that I was going to use, but I accidentally knocked them onto the floor and it's wet. So there went that idea. I got a little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol left to put in my alcohol burning stove, but it looks like it's the wick is pretty well dried up. So that's how you can tell the wick is drying out. It starts getting black. The cheap tea candles, they turn black pretty much immediately, but also the heat actually pulls the wax up into that part on those type of candles. On an alcohol candle, I'm using toilet paper as my wick, but you can actually tell that your wick is getting dry because it'll start scorching and getting black. Oh, there it is. Hopefully I don't have to deal with any more violence or stupidity out of Wolnez, but he was dumb enough to go by again today, pull some more bullshit. That doesn't need to be happening, and it never did. You want to pretend that my predators are figments of my imagination, and when I record them, well, you still try pretending that they're figments of my imagination. Well, those situations are recorded, witnesses are recorded, and the situation is obviously very real. Wolnez wouldn't get recorded if he wasn't busy breaking the law against me. That was his decision. He doesn't know me from Adam. He just knows that he keeps getting away with harming me and it feels good. Well, unfortunately for him, it got him recorded too. Doing that stuff just because it feels good. He claims he's got kids. That's scary. And I hope he was just bullshitting about that. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he really does have 6 kids like he claims. But that doesn't make it okay for him to do harmful shit. The same thing with Leslie Snell. Same thing with Sean Holloway. I speak up for a reason, because somebody has to. I got this phone up to 38% charged, which is good. Means I can record for at least a while. Just in case. And I never know when he's going to pull some stupid bullshit. I know I'm more likely to have to listen to that N-word on the weekends from the youth here. Wolnez called me some anti-LGBT stuff. Made a bunch of false accusations. And then he wants to be angry when I called him the same names he called me. Well, not all of them. I'm a little bit nicer than he is. Oh, wait, I'm a lot nicer. He had to start shit with me for no fucking reason to get the reaction that he fucking got. Now, the feller who charged up my electronics a little bit earlier, when he came by, I wasn't sure if he was Wolnez or not. So, of course, I didn't want to open the door. But That's because Wolnez is trying to be sly now. Just by a little bit. In either event, he should be leaving me the fuck alone, not coming here to harass me. See, he can stay clear the fuck away from my vehicle and clear the fuck away from me. But he's not that bright. When I tell you about my stalkers, they're actual stalkers. Andrew Wolnez is an actual stalker. And then he wants to pretend that him starting shit is me being some sort of a bad fucking person. Well, no, it ain't. Him starting shit is him starting shit. That's his fault. That's his choice. That's his decision. And you goddamn right I speak out. Somebody has to. You not being perfect in the name of Jesus or whatever. You know, that really doesn't seem to me a very good reason for ignoring this kind of abuse against anyone. Before Natalie Bollinger was killed, my so-called friends and family didn't give two shits. They were busy telling me what to do, what to think, and what to feel. Will you think about moving somewhere else? I already had moved somewhere else. I had to move at least 6 times in between when I left Virginia and when Natalie got fucking killed. Like, man, just leave me the fuck alone. I went from Virginia to Boulder. I went from Boulder to Nebraska. I went from Nebraska to Inglewood. And then, of course, do you not see how this situation just ends up being a really fucked up situation for me? Like, hey, just leave me the fuck alone. It's not that fucking complicated. There's people actually fucking dying here. There's people actually fucking dying in Boulder, too. Not that anyone gives two shits. Talking Rain AQA. Well, that's awful nice of him, isn't it? Brain freeze. I probably shouldn't drink all of that. I might need it to put out a fire. I accidentally lit my shifting knob on fire earlier. Oh my God, that feels good. Anyway, I'm clearing my stuff up so I can lay down and hopefully get some sleep. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be able to get any sleep. Being homeless has always sucked. But back when I was physically capable, it didn't suck as much because I was able to take care of myself without a dependency on others. I was always dependent on others for my safety, same as you are. Safety in numbers. Now with Wolnez, I don't think wanting him to knock off his bullshit is too much to ask. A lot of these people who are angry that I recorded, well, you can go ahead and stay angry that I recorded. I should not have fucking had to. If you're not on page with that, you're missing the fucking point. Those of you who are angry at me for cursing, holy shit. Anyway, as long as Andrew Wolnez is going to continue being predatory towards me, I'm going to keep speaking out about him being predatory towards me. I don't think that's complicated. I don't think anybody needs a memo on how that works. No, I'm not going to pretend that the shit that you did magically did not happen just because you want to throw a fucking tantrum. And the stuff I did, I fess up to. Not sure if you noticed. Of course, I don't sell fentanyl, and apparently Mr. Wolnez does. Having that recorded is really helpful and really useful. Now, for me, am I some sort of horrible sinner? Sure. It depends on what you consider horrible and what you consider a sinner. Most of y'all might be surprised at how, well, how morally guided I am. You don't like me acting like the people treat me, right? You don't want me to curse back. You want me to act like Jesus all the time. Well, Jesus, not sure if you knew this, might have chased him with a whip. Yep, that's a potential option for Jesus. Who is it not a potential option for? Me. I don't like violence. I'm talking about physical violence. It's not necessary. Now, there are occasions when it is necessary for the preservation of human life. That's not how it was in any of the situations where people decided to assault me. Wolnez decided to break the law over and over and over again And then he wants me to take down the evidence of him breaking the law over and over and over again. Dude, I don't even take down evidence of me breaking the law. Jeez. Now that's some real special treatment there, isn't it? Wolnez has kept this crap up for damn near 3 months now. Not cool. He could for certainly knock his shit off. Matter of fact, he could have for certainly tried talking to me like I'm a human being instead of being a punk. Not only was he spreading rumors the first time there at the soda exchange machine at the Safeway, he was saying it loud enough that it's recorded on my YouTube channel. And he was across the street saying that shit. God damn. That takes a lot of initiative. Anyway, you know how we end this video. Good to be rid of you. Thank you for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and your sister's too. And no victim left behind.